Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of the Real Sport. Indeed, we are the number one online show in Kenya, and today, to go Mega Smart Computer Solutions. Yeah, three amazing guys wanna do wonders. And without further ado, let's get started and tuone chenye wako nayo and what they have to offer to us. Stay tuned and let's get started. Kenyaji.
Nimepopoa sana.
Okay, my name is Max kutoka Real Sport. Mimi ningependa kuwajua kwa majina unaoma Kenyaji.
Sure. Okay. I'm Geoffrey Kimani and hold a position as the guy who anaangalia the welfare of the company. In that case, wanasema HR. Apart from that, I'm a business developer, a programmer as well. And there's so many things that I do in Mega Smart, but you still know me more.
Yes.
I'm Stanley Morioki. I handle system administration for the company as a senior system admin. I do a lot of things basically, but handling the network is my major concern.
Okay.
So mine is Jomana, but first before you go there, maybe I would like to appreciate you for hosting us on your show. It's really nice being here. To appreciate sana, yeah? And my core duties here, I'm the CTO. That is basically a chief technology officer. So basically my duties are to maybe forecast of the future trends of the company, to be able maybe to work with him because my department and his works hand in hand, so that we can be able maybe to see what's best for the ICT. For an ICT companies, I think there is so many technologies that is coming up, yeah? So we work hand in hand with him to be able to forecast and know what's best for this company.
Yes. Just a few words. How can you describe Mega Smart Computer Solutions?
Mega Smart Computer Solution is the frontier in ICT solution, and I can say as an ICT solution, we are arguably one of the best service providers around.
So maybe if I add on what is just said, yeah? Mega Smart Computer Solutions. We tend to think of ourselves as a family, of a growing company, a technology company, but a family also, because I refer to them as my brothers.
Okay.
So I think we are also a family, both business side.
There's a story behind it.
Yes.
What are some of the services that you offer as a company?
We usually do firewall. We do network administration, implementation. We also do VPN, and also under the same we can do server management, configuration, setup and implementation. And that is under the ICT solutions. But Geoffrey here can elaborate more on the other side of what we offer.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, maybe if I try to define it, Mega Smart, who you are, we do a lot of stuff, and especially things that involve with the technology. You see, right now, Kenya is embracing on technology. So we're trying to adapt to the current trendings that happen on technology. So there's so many things that we've introduced on Mega Smart. For example, asset management and asset tagging. That's a part of a service that we have introduced in the company recently, and we can see that we can improve on that sector. Yes.
For how long have you been in existence or maybe in operation?
Since 2014.
Okay.
Yes, that's when we began our operation.
Okay.
And if I give you just a briefing summary with the way we started, we were not looking in this perspective till this moment where we are. We just started as a brotherhood, just the way I described Mr. Jomana there.
Yeah.
And we came to see the benefits of emphasizing and sensitizing people about technology. And that's why we came up with the idea of Mega Smart Computer Solution, integrating things that will bring benefit to this country and as well to this community.
Okay.
Yes.
So to add on that, the inception of this company started way back because we had a dream. And it started when we were still in school as a finalist, me, him and him. So we just sat together and we had this big dream. But currently we are still working with the dream.
Yeah.
Actually, if you
Now it's a goal.
If you remember, it was not even Mega Smart.
Yeah, we had several names.
It had several names actually.
Yes,
It was
yes,
first Chippy Solutions. Because I think at that time when we were starting, we were basically trying to look at basically the IT sector and the tech sector. There is something I think that is normally lacking because most of the companies, we come from this area, so most of the companies are trying to interact with companies here and there, building our attachments.
Yeah.
So we realized that most of the companies did not even have an ICT department, or rather they didn't even know where to go to when they needed ICT services.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that way we started a company that was called Chipping Software Solutions, and we did some good software,
Amazing software.
accounting software. I think they were basically based on
Financial administration.
Financial administration. And we approached several companies. It was, I think, 3 companies. And some of our friends were in business. They appreciated what we were doing, and that's when we realized, there is an opportunity here. So we decided we can go that way.
To solve the need.
Yeah, we
So the
saw the
problems.
need. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay, and maybe you're all from an ICT background.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, how's it been from then until now? How's the journey been?
The journey has not been so smooth because with ICT, if you don't have that dust for knowledge, you can't keep up with the new trends and technology. So I think the most important thing is just keeping up to date with the current trends, technology, and that makes it easy overall in each and every field that you face challenges.
It's amazing. And how can you describe your ideal day from the moment you wake up until from the start of business to the close of business? And what does it entail?
I think it's a bit crazy, yeah?
It's hectic. Let me say it's hectic. You see, with ICT solution provision, everyone needs you to be there when they need you. So when we talk about waking up, we are always alert. So it's not about waking up. It's just being alert. So for a typical day, we wake up at around 5 just to be on toes. And then from there, you get maybe either phone calls, follow-ups to do either remote administration or on-site services. Yes.
Because you offer your service even virtually.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Off office.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
A fully fledged service can be either offline or online.
Okay.
Yes. So when it comes to sleeping hours, now that's where I don't think any ICT person gets enough sleep, right?
I don't think so.
I sleep when I can.
Yeah, we are basically like night owls. Yeah. So we usually sleep at around maybe past 12 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Waking up at 5.
Yes. So that's a typical day.
Even during weekends.
During weekends, probably you can maybe adjust the hours. Instead of waking up
really
at
have
5.
weekend.
We don't even have weekends sometimes.
We never notice
But
actually.
whenever you have an opportunity,
just-
you can maybe extend like 2 hours instead of 5.
Yeah.
Now you wake up at 7 because you need to do other things also, like for those of us who go to worship places.
Yeah. That's interesting. One of your core services is to offer B2B and cutting edge B2B and B2C solutions. Maybe to a layman. How can you describe it according to Computer Smart's definition?
With B2B, we regard it to as a corporate service provision that entails things like server administration for a company, things like enterprise networking, and things like system administration for various services within a company. Yes.
And maybe if I can add on what you said, you also said we also have the business to client side, basically, there is the business to business. It's more of for instance, it's a company dealing with a different company. But now, from on the business to client perspective, you can even have, for instance, just any working clients. The working clients, we don't consider them as a company because maybe someone might be a one-time client. So we're dealing with him for that specific service. Then maybe after that service, they will come back for a different service at other times, but you can not consider them as a company.
It can be defined.
Yes.
But the scope of work usually evolves around things like software
Installations. Yeah.
operating system.
The end user services.
Yeah.
Sure.
But we usually advocate for most of the end users in regards to maybe the payments and everything. We usually advocate for open source software to make them a bit cheaper for them. Yes, you just charge for the installation and that's it. But when it comes to maybe something like an operating system, if you advise a client to use an enterprise one, when you're like something like Microsoft Office or Word, you see there's a fee for licensing for that special software. Yes, but with something like an open source Office suite, it's basically free, so we only charge you for the service of installation. Yes, so that makes it cheaper for our clients also.
Maybe if I go about something, we also do consultation basically. So you might be in a dilemma of maybe which services to be using. For instance, maybe you want to buy, you want to implement a system for an upcoming company. As a person, you're opening a business, you need a point of sale system. You also maybe need to install CCTVs and all that. So basically, you give directives and information on how best to approach the situation. That may be losing money, because I think currently there are so many people, professions in quotes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, we have so many professions out there.
And the scope is so wide. You see, you might be stuck with something, but due to your location or things like difference in where I'm located and where you are, we can also do that online via remote management.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe adding to that on B2B, it comes to our attention that most of our clients, they don't have the technical support, especially on IT department. Now that's where Megasmart chip in. So consultancy as part of it. So many people understand about technology, but they don't know about technology. So we are there hand in hand working with our clients to give them the appropriate and convenient way to afford operations. Yes.
Apart from ICT, are there any other services that you offer as a company?
Okay. We have 3 major services that we offer. Maybe you can expound on one, we'll do the other one, then
Yes.
Geoffrey can explain the other one. Yeah?
Yes.
So I think, which one should I explain to you guys?
Which-
Just choose ones for
You're all
just.
compassionate more.
So basically, if I start with maybe the one you just said, the asset management, yeah, it's a solution, and okay. We have not yet branched it out of Megasmart, but it's a service under Megasmart, yeah. Because maybe what he will explain and what he's going to explain, they might seem maybe
Out of scope.
Out of scope.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, when it comes to ICT, one company feeds from the other company.
Yeah.
Because for instance, when I go to the company I'm going to explain, the service I'm going to explain about on the company, the service I will explain about is asset tag management and asset tag solutions.
Yes.
So the asset tagging department feeds a lot from the other departments. May it be from the Netco department,
Yes.
that is the Internet Service Provision department, or may it be from the general Megasmart Computer Solutions department. So basically, when it comes to this department, what we do is, I think you have gone to the banks.
Yeah.
There is some asset tags. I wish I had a sample. I should have shown you something of this sort. If you look at maybe their machines, some of their desks, when you're sitting at the bay, maybe hapo kwa reception na kusaidiwa, you can see a small kamabati. Let me use it that way.
Yeah.
Si ndio?
Yeah,
It's like a kamabati, but it has a serial code. Yeah. So basically, what that does, it's used to manage the assets of the campus, because that is a serialized system that you put some asset tags on your assets, then you're able to generate information from the same asset tags and reference from a system the kind of assets the company has. So I think they're the only company actually offering the solution now currently in Kenya. People have been going
Not just Kenya.
not in Eastern Central,
Yeah.
because the only country that was offering the solution was South Africa. But then we realized people are going.
There's a gap.
There's a very big gap. People are just going to SA data centers. Yeah? It's not a simple solution. Maybe we'll take you to our production department after. It's not a simple solution. But the fact that people are not even thinking outside the box to be able to offer the same services, we realize there is an opening here, yes?
Yeah.
So that's why we decided to go that way. So we have that one dealing with asset management solutions. Basically, I think when you have another interview, you can explain it as a service as itself.
Yeah.
But then on the same department, we also have RFID asset tagging. Yeah?
Yeah.
By RFID, I mean, for instance,
Radio frequency
radio
identifications.
Yes.
And actually, yeah, it's the
Yes.
new introduction most of the. If you try to analyze how we approach at the market, we approach with the trending technology. See, he just mentioned about South Africa. Most of the people in South Africa are using RFIDs. But we, as Mega Smart, we are always on top, trying to study the market to see what's the top trending and top selling. So right now we've introduced about RFID for the last, I think, 1.5 years, right?
1.5 years.
Yeah, we've been implementing the project,
Yeah.
and it's a good scope actually.
That's
I
nice.
love it.
It's a blue ocean on its own.
Yeah.
Definitely, but it's not. It's all about how you approach your clientele. Because yeah, we have locals who do the same the way we do on asset tax management, but the way we approach it in a different way and in a unique way. Maybe if I use that word.
And the RFID, about the mega chips, the chips or
Yeah.
All the chips. It's very big to define.
Yeah.
You know, RFIDs are scope in different ways. The passive ones, the one that they don't use the electricity.
Semi-passive,
Semi-passive. Yeah. Yes, for identification and even to what do you call?
I think you've seen them in work, like in the supermarket.
Yeah.
When you try to steal something,
Yeah.
try to get out of the supermarket.
it detects you.
Yeah,
And they don't
there's a detection,
yes.
yes.
You at the same
Yes.
time as
Those are there.
So, but what we are doing, we're not trying to just use them for the supermarkets.
Yeah.
We do innovation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same solutions are the ones being used. For instance, a good example is parking. Yeah. When you go to a parking,
Yeah.
you have to maybe the parkings you normally pay. So the net park,
Yeah.
net park solution parking services. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys are using the same technology. But now for us, we are not importing it.
Yes.
We are customizing it.
Yeah.
Customizing
based on our
solution.
own needs here. So
Basically, you build it from scratch.
we built
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
From scratch.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the ICT department.
Yes.
So I think he has elaborated too much on mega tags,
Yes.
and I'll touch on Netco. Netco is a networking solution provider, and we usually evolve around networks. And when I talk about the networks, I'm not limited to just internet provision. Yes, we're talking about firewalls, VPNs, container orchestrations, things like virtualization, all that.
Just say
It's
Dockers.
done in-house.
Okay, maybe you take it simply. We don't have an IT background, but maybe to anyone who has who didn't do it, yeah.
Okay, when we talk about container orchestration, we're talking about things like Docker.
Yeah.
It's like minified versions of virtual instances. Yes. So with the current trend of cloud computing, edge computing, so that's where all that revolves around.
Okay.
Yes. And we also do things like advanced firewall provisioning, because you see, when a company is growing, targets also increase. We are talking about malicious targets.
Yeah.
So you need to secure your property, your maybe financial data, and your basically anything that has a network on it is vulnerable. So you provide that extra layer of security. Yes. So that's firewalling.
Okay, do you offer even the e-commerce services?
Yeah,
E-commerce stores by the
yeah, with e-commerce services,
Yeah.
that is now a different service under web development.
Actually,
Yeah.
maybe to interrupt a bit. In terms of firewall security, because they are prone to what? Cyber attacks.
Yes.
Does it apply to most major e-commerce solutions?
Yes.
Yes.
And is it necessary if anyone ventures into the e-commerce space
Yes.
to implement the security aspect in it?
Usually, if you're venturing into e-commerce, there are two aspects to look at this. So, number one is hosting. You see, if you have someone who's hosting you, like your website or that e-commerce platform, wherever it's being hosted, if it's being hosted on a server, it can be a bare metal or a cloud. So, wherever it's being hosted, now that company must have a system administrator that is handling that firewall. Yes.
The
Basically, creating those rules. Like if you see such a request for this platform, treat it as such. Yes. So if maybe a request is malicious, it gets blocked. Yes. So for a normal person, they might not know what happens behind the curtains.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just want to add on maybe our internet provision services. Yeah. I think, for instance, apart from maybe the big companies, the big players in the industry, yeah, because normally in Kenya we have a tendency of maybe what we call ranking companies. I'm not even ranking, categorizing companies. Yeah. For instance, I'm from Netco. Yeah, we have a department called Netco. That is an internet provision department. So basically, if I come for if I'm on a field study, for instance, yeah, I'm selling Netco services. Mostly people have a tendency of grouping and profiling. Yes, yeah, they are profiling. Yeah, let's see. So people normally profile you depending on the companies that have been there.
Yeah.
For instance, people will say, I will not even say the names of the companies, but the people profile you depending on the companies that have been there before you.
Yeah.
But I don't even think I know our service is the best.
Yeah,
actually.
definitely.
Because for
Not
instance,
just the best.
Yes, it's awesome. Because for instance, these big companies, in quotes, yeah, I think
Poor support.
they have very poor support.
Very true.
Today, if you experience a challenge with this one big corporate, yeah, you try to call the customer support here. They don't even. I don't even think they have customer support.
Yeah.
They have bots for customer support. So that's not even customer support.
Yeah.
How many are you?
Yes. 1 hour hold.
1 hour hold for one. Okay. So I think our department is we want to create that relationship with our client. So when it comes to internet provision department, yeah, ours is Netco, yeah. We have made it in such a way that, for instance, if you're experiencing network challenges, it doesn't matter whether it's a third-party fault, whether I mean maybe you're the one causing the fault, or maybe the fault is in the network. Yeah, we guarantee that within maybe the next 30 minutes after the phone call, after the report, the feedback from the field that kuna somewhere kuna shida or something of the sort, don't take more than 30 minutes to solve it. Because I think you want to be one of those big corporates.
Definitely.
But not be described as them describing support support.
Maybe
We want to create that difference.
Maybe to add on that, and that's where my department chip in. We've been investing so much on training our team because each and every department has a different team. For example, the Netco team has people who are interacting one-on-one with the client in that case. So our department and Megasmart and all the directors have been investing on training these, the team on the field, on customer relationship, on the interactivity, how to deal with situations, on how to deal with anger management, and anything that revolves on that relationship. So that's where we are doing our best to ensure that each and every bit that we come close to the client, it's perfect. You see? So it's all about customers and customer relationship. So being one of the objectives and the principle that is set at the company, it's to get those clients, to keep those clients, and to grow with them. And by doing so, it's having that opportunity, listening to them, what's their need, and we chip in that. So our big scope on investing, it's about customer relationship. If our client are satisfied, then what else? We're in business. So those are the big loopholes we've been checking on, and most of the clients work on a thirst for customer relationship. I know, hata wewe unajua natumia internet kwa nyumba. The moment you're using,
when you feel neglected, even the urge for using that service.
Yeah, you don't feel the openness of that service.
Pick the next person online.
Yeah, and that's the point.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also think internet has become a basic necessity.
Yeah.
Especially this pandemic.
Yeah.
You cannot survive with a poor service.
It's true.
How do you even survive with a poor service?
Sometimes because some other things you cannot huwezi kuepa. But the way you deal na client, it define kama client can keep or not. Yeah. So those are the kind of things we've been venturing on that and investing on that so much. As a fast and high priority in that case. Yes.
especially when you shift the business imetoka from person to person to online.
Exactly.
From analog to digital.
Of course.
So the internet is a necessity.
Yeah, now this is a game changer. Everything is changed.
It's
Nobody's
changed.
this. Yeah, definitely.
Actually, the netco you can work from home.
Yeah.
Others you can't.
So you can
We are the best in the industry.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think that's how you can lean because in this case, this nether position, this is just the brain of the when you're properly brain.
The engine.
The engine. It's the captain. So napata, it's about commitment. Sacrifice for now, ensure the foundation iko firm, iko solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Customer support. Customer.
That's the point.
Actually, it will bring more referrals and more business to your side.
Yes.
That's plus for the company.
Definitely.
How do you try to remain relevant?
Personally, I love blockchain. But maybe even before you go there,
I know he's a blockchain fanatic.
Yeah.
More of a cloud computing guy,
IoT.
technology, IoT. So I try to offer those solutions to our clients as a company, and even at personal level, I love using such services. So when it comes to, I can say, as times goes by, especially this 21st century, especially when it came to this pandemic, everyone switched from local to cloud computing.
Yeah.
Yes, because with cloud computing, it gives you the freedom of movement, geolocation, and all that. So I can say we're on the right, especially in Kenya, we're on the right track, because everyone nowadays is switching to cloud. And apart from switching to cloud, there's also that remote work management and administration. You can basically do your job as long as you have internet. As long as you don't need supervision to do your job. I think online, working online has been the thing. Yeah, it's just that we are coming to notice it now. Yes.
Now as the adaptability in Kenya, you as players in the industry,
Yes.
how is the reception from your company and maybe from what's around there? Wanakubali hivyo and maybe ama labda how they receiving it? Because change, people watu wengi or maybe some people who wanapinga change.
Yeah.
So what I can say is the main concern, especially that created awareness in this pandemic, the working in close proximity became a challenge. So people had no option but to do things remotely. We had challenges at first. We would get numerous phone calls. Like you'd get almost 100 phone calls a day for simple tasks. But we were able to get up and running, help our clients to be able to adapt to that change. So I think the biggest challenge was helping our clients adapt to that change. And once they were adequately equipped to handle maybe online meetings and all that, then everything was okay. So I can say the adaptation is quite okay. I don't think there is anyone who cannot use Zoom right now
Yes.
as a service. Maybe Google Meets, Teams.
Yes.
So I think everyone now is well equipped to handle online services. Yeah. So I can say Kenya is on the right track when it comes to computing.
and okay, maybe if I touch on the blockchain, I think you said about it, you touched on it, basically, I think Kenyans, when it comes to
Technology, they really love getting into new things. Yeah.
I think the only way we understand this thing is the way of Bitcoin. It's cryptocurrency.
When you say blockchain, everyone thinks Bitcoin.
When you say blockchain, everyone understands it as maybe cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And when it comes to this tech, there is more to do than the cryptocurrency itself. The technology is being used in so many different areas. Even for authentication of transactions, for things like for authentication of certificates, qualification of certificates. Yes. So basically, I think this. I would love us to have our discussion
on this,
on the same topic, on such a topic.
Because that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Because basically, if you go to a Mkenya mwenye anajua amesikia kuhusu blockchain, They will not even think it of blockchain.
Yeah.
Blockchain. Oh, unasemea Bitcoin.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's not even the layman. That is someone who
is
a
a
IT field.
yeah,
Yeah, see, I'm
definitely.
like blockchain. No, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link, Dogecoin,
Yes.
Shiba Inu.
Shiba Inu.
And in these cryptocurrencies, that's what they think about.
Yeah.
But I think it's good if we maybe
Create a
have
session for just that.
a session where we talk about these topics, so that maybe we can be able to expound on them, know
Yes.
what they are being used
Yes,
for,
yes.
explain more about implementations and all that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And indeed, it works hand in hand with IoT, Internet of Things. And funny enough, according to the statistics that I've been looking, Kenya appears to be among the heavy consumers of internet. You know, nowadays everything's just on the fingertips. Yeah? So we've been having different programs, again, for giving back to the community, maybe if I mention it, if I'm allowed it, giving back to the community. And for that case, Internet of Things, that's where it comes from. We have some different programs that we approach the schools, and we have programs on sensitization, on digital sensitization, and making things in a different perspective, because everything already is change. So yeah, education nowadays iko kwa fingertip as well. Wakati watu wanatumia their gadgets, that's a mini machine. You need laptop dogo, it's just a mini. But all the information, as far as akona connection internet, akona all the information kwa fingertips. Instead of kuja kwa Twitter kupigana KOT, sometimes tunaonesha there's so many things that you can explore with that internet.
Anything you do in life, there might be some challenges. As a company, what are some of the challenges that you've encountered? And how have you tried to mitigate them, or maybe to eliminate the challenges, to fix the challenges? In a nutshell.
So maybe in a nutshell, yeah. Maybe I'm wondering where to start, but this is the thing, yeah. When we were going to school, first, I think the reason why we have started a company is because I didn't want to get employed. We also didn't want to get employed. And our human resource, they didn't want to get employed. Because during the process of going through attachments and all that, we viewed how the IT department, per se, if it's even a department in many companies, is looked at us. Unapata, people don't even visualize it as a department. They're just there because they need you at that instance. For instance, if you're working in a IT department, they don't even understand why you are there until they experience a challenge. Mseka kanyanga kibo ya network, for instance, itoke kwa computer. They can't even understand why the computer is not connecting to the internet.
They're like, why are you even
Why
here?
are you even here?
I'm facing this.
But the moment you could fix your work, they don't even recognize
Appreciation.
your presence. That is challenge number one, not even facing us. I think we are past that. But many people who are going to venture into the ICT services provision, and maybe you're employed at an ICT department or something of the sort, it's not even perceived as a career when you come to the ground ukiingia kwa makampuni. It's not even perceived as something you are doing. Inachukuliangwa ni kama mzaa, you're not for real, you know, get. Unless it's these big companies. Unachukuliangwa like, yule mzee wa IT ameingia. That's how they perceive it. Because they don't, it's not like accounting where you have to make entries every now and then. But this is the thing, the accounts department cannot even operate without the ICT support. Because everything you're doing in the accounts department depends on what I do first, so that you can be able to do what brings you to the company. So I think for starters, this profession is not appreciated. Wasichukuliangi ni kazi.
And it's the hard time what wanakuwa appreciate.
I would wish people go, for instance, 1 week, what is the mostly used service in Kenya? I think it's internet. Let this country go for 1 week without internet connection. Either broadband or the normal service connections that you get from go without both. Then people will learn to appreciate what people in the ICT field. Because
doctors get recognition.
Yes.
Even the pastors also get recognition. When it comes to system administrator and ICT service provider, no one appreciates.
Yeah, and it remains to be income at the backbone of mobile development na pia economy. Keeping in mind from that, being a person tunadili na mambo ya ICT tunaitanga bro specialist, what's that word? It's a challenge by itself. The moment uko kwa farm dealing with ICT, it's a challenge by itself. So since we are taking a challenge, come advantages. Yeah, we don't want to take it to the negative part. But the issue the Njomana they express, and I feel hiyo tu recognition na ile appreciation, let people work on that point whereby wanasema ile mso ICT ni kama daktari. Yeah, sisi kama daktari mtu utaleta your laptop here, nitaidiagnose nifufue. Yeah, you know it's a laptop, it has a motherboard and it has a life. So the moment umefufuka, him with the doctor, amachachana sana.
Very true.
Yeah, there's no difference.
Lose your 1 year data, then you will understand the difference.
Yes, you will understand the difference. So those are the key thing. I mean, express back and feel with that recognition.
So I think what he's trying to say is doctors are more recognized than even ICT personnel. Because you see, whatever a doctor or the scope of a doctor is almost the same as the scope for an ICT person.
Yeah.
If you have a problem, maybe a toothache or maybe you have an issue with your body, you call the doctor anytime, and you expect him or her to answer the call.
Yes.
So the same thing happens to us ICT personnel. So someone ran out of time, extended the working hours, he's handling a project that has a deadline of maybe 2 a.m. and then at that time he faces a challenge. He will call you at that instance and expects you to answer the same call while you've already worked for over 14 hours, and he expects you to solve that, to give him a solution for that challenge, specific challenge. But the recognition, yes. When you see even the approach, when you call your doctor, what is your approach? You're very humble, and it's very easy to even follow up conversation with a normal person and a doctor. But when it comes to an ICT person, I think that's where we draw the line. You are arrogant, number one. My internet is down. I can't even use your service. You see, that's the problem that we usually face.
People don't even appreciate what you're doing for them. Then it even becomes difficult for you to offer the same service. Unaweza kuwa na ile willingness na ile passion ya kufanya kitu. But if people don't appreciate what you're doing, you'll have a hard time to deliver the same service. Hata kama unataka, utakuwa na hiyo hard time ya deliver the same service. So if people learn to appreciate others, not even the ICT fraternity peke yake, people to learn to understand others. For instance, the garbage collector. Always ishi na garbage kwa nyumba yako for 3 weeks.
Always.
I dare you to try. Na ukiwa na mtoi, pampas jayapo.
But who appreciate those guys?
They not appreciated. No. Ukienda kwa makanga, si wote wazuri, wengine wabaya, but we love generalizing. Pia it's the same thing with us, YT. For instance, a guy will come today to your office, si ndio? Umwambie kitu, he's not even an IT guy. Ni msee alikam na akakama akaona nikifix network. Akaona msee cable imeharibika. First anafanya diagnostics kwa network, si ndio? Then akisha realize what is happening, maybe ana switch cable, maybe anafanya port forwarding, maybe anafanya whatever he does to do something to make the network work. Atakama try the same thing with the network, not even knowing what is happening in the network. Atakama tu afanye vitu zake hapo, a complicate even things more difficult than they should. Then you generalize. It doesn't mean that hakuna msi atakama kufix your network. Someone will come fix it for you. It's a machine, someone will come and fix it. But hata mwenye amefix, you don't even see him as the person who fixed it. Una generalize, unawachukulia like the first party when you participate kwa hiyo kitu. So it's like IT is not even a career in Kenya.
It should be
actually currently I think it's the biggest employer in Kenya in terms of ICT. Because for instance, you're employed in the ICT department. In terms of you're doing these tech show, a talk tech show you're doing. What's the backbone? if there were no infrastructure already laid for it, for instance, we'll upload this to YouTube, people will see about it. What are they using to see? The same?
Internet.
You see? You being in the same industry, you might even not take it as per se as an ICT career. But if you ask me, you're in the ICT field, you're participating, you're a participant in the same field. The growth we are going to observe in the industry is based on the challenges you face.
Yeah.
Because today, if you face a challenge uploading your content, I'm doing editing, I'm cutting, I'm doing what, the same challenge, ndio utapostia those people at the back end when you wamefanya your system you work for you, nugget. Then those people will have to work it so that it can work for you. Are you not all contributing to the same industry? You're contributing to the same industry. So I think appreciation first, then after appreciation, the other challenges ni vitu minor, we can face them. But people should first appreciate the department to categorize kama job. I think when it works for someone, that's when they realize it's sindio. But when it's not working for you, huwezi chukulia ni kama something that is essential for someone else. But I know it's essential for everyone.
Very.
So let's get it there so that we can move to the other part.
And by appreciation, what my colleague here is saying, I think the scope is very wide. Because number one, I think we talk about pay. You see, if you're facing a challenge, maybe you have an issue with one of your services in your desktop or servers. As an ICT person, when I charge you, I expect you to appreciate the fee that I'm going to charge you. You see, the problem we face nowadays is I come with a solution, but I take 5 minutes to do that thing. Then I charge you an amount and you start saying, you are overcharging me. It only took you 5 minutes. Yes, it took me 5 minutes. But the knowledge that I have, the knowledge I've used to solve a problem took over 10
5 years, 10 years.
Yes. So you're not paying for that 5 minutes that have sat and resolved your problem. You're paying for the accrued knowledge over that period. And that's what I think many people fail to understand.
Because if you go, for instance, to a stockbroker, you go to a person who have 5 years knowledge, 20 years knowledge. Then how is the fee? You go for example.
Why treat us different?
I cannot put my money on someone who has 5 years knowledge. There is another one who has 20 years knowledge. The way skills.
If I can do it faster, that means I have enough knowledge.
Yes.
To handle that. It's not because it's an easy task. Yes.
Actually, I've experienced the same.
Not once, not twice.
You go somewhere, you do something in 5 minutes. People have been there for 3-4 days. As
They're
stuck. They are stuck.
But once you solve it.
But when I come and do it for 5 minutes, you're like,
How many views? Literally, aligomeshindwa kufanywa. But you're offering the solution. Oh. That's very we have mentored a lot of youths when you're on the same platform of ICT when come to the ground tunaonyesha ABCD, but during the way anaenda kujaribu start something on his or her own, but katikati anapotelelea because of what demoralization.
What is the future of Mega Smart?
The future is bright. Because for instance, they're just scratching, what is it called?
The surface.
Just scratching the surface. I don't like it when people refer to Africa as a third world country, because, for instance, the same challenges you're facing here. If you go to there is this curtain that is put by each. For instance, if you don't want me to know about you in details about maybe how you're faring, how things are for you, you put that curtain,
create that facade.
So I'll not even be able to know in person who you are. So we have the same challenge. Africa, we're exposing ourselves in details. For instance, the other day tumekuwa declared we are suffering from drought. Our cows are dying, our goats are dying. Very true. They are dying. But the thing is, yeah, even if you go to countries like abroad, the other day they suffered a hurricane. You know, I can't even remember which part of the US that was. But you did not see any image of someone dying in the in the same catastrophe. Unaget? But we have tunakuanga sijui tunapenda sana kuplead for mercy ama is it
the way cutting.
yes we are so much into manze
Serikali saidia.
Unaget? I even think that's where we learned from it. Serikali saidia. Because we have already observed how the government is begging.
We are not ready to
from other governments
Yeah.
themselves. So I think maybe that's where you're failing, but the future is bright when it comes to technology. In each and every country you go, everywhere you go right now, it's not about tech. I think we were the first ones to move into, for instance, yeah. Let me just put it as M-Pesa, sindio? Direct payment methods, yeah.
Mobile money
transfer. Ile, I don't have to depend on you writing a check for me, then I go and cash it. Then you can send me my payment right now. I see to my account, it may reflect to Mamalizana. Whether it's direct bank transaction or direct payment unanitumia kwa M-Pesa napata. That's a thing. As in, at least we are showing the world we can do something. When it comes to Mega Smart, let me now go back to our company. Yeah? I think the future is so broad. Yeah? In the fields that we are participating in, for instance, my brother's department here, that is Netco, is in charge of Netco. So in that department, we find that we have only covered like I think Kenya is viewed as the most versatile. Is it even versatile?
Yes.
I think it's the best in network coverage.
Yes.
Versatile. But if you scratch the top, we have only covered at least 46-47% of the country. That is what is connected to the network. Because the major cities are covered by, for instance, something like fiber. The others are using broadband. Scratch broadband, there is no coverage. So if you can be able to cover the other parts of the country, like for instance, whether I have my phone in the house, you have your phone in the house, whether I activate hotspot, I can use it and you can use it. We still even have internet in the house. We have not covered anything. So I think that's where his department lies.
Yes.
You want to at least be proud, for instance, or even I call it, is it ownership? No. Coverage, when it comes to coverage, we should at least be able to cover 25% of this country. That's the future of this country. Because as soon as we are able to branch, for instance, our services, we are going to branch them to companies of the later future. Once we can be able to say this is what entails here, this is what, as in we can be able to, it's not even job specification. Specialize, you can be able to specialize. He's in this department and in the other, but under different activities, different the same way we are doing. So that way you can be able maybe to offer services on a better scale. Yeah. Yes. So the future is bright. We are coming for you if you are already watching us.
Yes.
So we are coming to offer the services that
Watch this space.
Yes,
watch this
definitely.
space. Yeah, that's what I was
Yes, adding on that, the future coverage nimesema for Mega Smart is very broad, and we've been looking this perspective as well to go the top list here for the create employment to our youth, upcoming youth, and especially when you have like sana technology, because in the coming future, as well as the future can be tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes, and of course tunasema vision 2030 na kuna time itafika whereby technology it will be the key thing that rules the world. Yes, exactly. So we are looking in this perspective tunavuka beyond boundaries. We would love to feel Mega Smart imefanya something to the youths, the coming youths, because the future lies on the youths. Yes. So I would love so much kama nimesema to make all the scope on all the departments zimeweza kucover beyond the boundaries ziko. So being here, the journey hasn't been easy, imekuwa tough, and as much imekuwa iko tough, that's what always keep us strong and awake, because it's not about us. It's about the coming generation. So we care more about that. So as my department ina work sana na kuwa na zile principles in line with mambo ya etiquette, mambo ya the game changing. Yeah. So the next time whereby nikienda pale kwa maybe kwa 10x nikisimama pale nikisema from Kenya, kila mtu anasema those guys, those are the guys. You see, yes, we'll be in the frontiers, but we'll be being backed back by the youths and wale watu kwa creative. Yeah, we love so much. Tunakuwa na station here tunasemaga ukina mega smart, everything will be done there. So those are the vision that we have, but again we starting step by step. Yeah. So watch out.
So the thing is, I don't think, I'm certain, we are the change. And I believe in impacting change, like from the word go. So we can't say we are the future leaders. We are the leaders, and we need to take part in this leadership. So what we try to do here, we try to be, what's the best name to use? Is
The best.
like those people who look.
name.
You see, people look up to us.
Yes.
Like
Role models.
Yeah, we need to become role models to our society, those around us, and also create that environment for growth. Yes.
There's someone out there who may be interested in whichever services that you offer as a company. Maybe you can tell our viewers how they can reach you for business, for services, more so for this great experience at Megasmart.
You can reach us through these details, this number below. Na kwa watu wa mtandao, reach us through www.megasmartcs.com. You'll get all the details there. And for more information, feel free to communicate to our addresses. Ziko hapo kwa below there and kwa website as well. So that's all. And you can pay a visit on one of our offices. Is go around town and Australia as well. You can come over. Yeah, sure.
What are some of the parting shots before we end the show?
Me.
Some of the parting shots that you can give them with.
With that being said, everything that we have said, we leave with what we mean.
Parting shot, as we say, the future is bright. There's so much to be done in this field. We have not even scratched the surface. And I think there are so many people willing to work on the same, yeah? So let's come together. Let's, I won't call it forecasting, I won't call it forecasting, but let's try to work on what's best for us, not what's best for the past or for the future, but let's work on what's best for us now, so that if we are able to achieve what's best for us now, we can be able to achieve what's best for the future. So we can be able to work for the future as we work for our current, because we are still working for our current. Yes.
Mega smart computer solution. Experience the digital sensation.
Yeah, we are what we say and we say what we are. Very simple. Pay a visit, enjoy our services. Thank you for now.
Tumekuwa na Megasmart Computer Solutions and we've delved in an in-depth conversation and it has been interesting and eye-opener. More so, I'd like to advise anyone to subscribe to their services and you won't regret it. Megasmart Solution is the place to be. Until next time, I've been your host Max. See you and God bless.